to my channel. My name is Crystal, better known as your Leo bestie. Thank you so much for being here. If this is the first time you are here, welcome to my space and thank you so much for being here. If you are not, go ahead and hit subscribe and like this video and share with anybody that is on their healing journey that doesn't really know where to go as far as healing their emotions, feeling their emotions, or just wanting to learn more about healing. If you are here for any of those reasons that I mentioned, welcome. If you have been following my series of how to feel your emotions, how to release it, how to let it go, how your body is communicating with you, I've shared so much in the past weeks. If you haven't, and for the best experience, please go back and follow those videos so that you could get the best in your healing journey. For today's video, what we're going to do is we are going to kind of give you a whole picture of how you can actually take the work that I am giving you guys to implement it into your life. That was a tongue twister. We're going to do a whole visualization of how it actually looks and how you can do this for yourself, so that if you watch my videos and you're like, that's just a lot, I don't even know how to put them all together, well, this is the video for you. First thing we're going to do is I recorded a video about how your body is communicating with you. So with the help of Lori Holland, how I mentioned with you guys, I kind of took her visualization, her work, and I just made it a little bit more creative. Of course, I gave her credit. This is not anything I did. I just wanted it to look a little bit pretty, a little aesthetic. What we're going to start with, I'm going to put a picture here. So you're going to need a few things here. You're going to need your journal. You're going to need the feelings tracker. And then you're going to need either a copy of this sheet or a copy of just a picture. You don't even have to print it. It's on my website now. So go ahead, and my website is linked down below, and it will be under body communication, and you can get that so that you could have all three things. So again, we need your journal, we need the feelings tracker, and then the body communication. First thing we're going to do is, I know I told you guys how to release it, how to let it go out of your body, what to do, how your body is communicating with you, but I wanted to, again, give you guys a visualization of how it actually works and how you can do this work in your own space and hold your own space for you. Because truly, when you are bringing up old wounds, when you're bringing up to clear trauma, it's a lot. So what better way of doing it than just giving you guys a whole rundown of how to do it. So if you're someone that's like, I don't even know what my body is telling me, I can't feel anything, I don't even know where to get started, this is how you can start doing this specific work to release and to know what your body is telling you. This might be a repeated video, but you know what? It's educational and I would love something like this. So I'm pretty sure someone out there will love this. First things first is we're going to, again, I'm going to put a picture here. So as I mentioned to you guys, when a trigger, it starts in your body because your body holds the trauma. Your body is wise. Your body knows it all. Your body is where your mothership is. And when there's a trigger that gets started in our body, it sends the signal to our brain, and our brain therefore scans all our memories, and it's going to go to the first time you ever felt any type of this sensation, any of the senses, which will, for sake purposes, we will repeat here. I have a little cheat sheet here. So it's what you see, so visual, what you feel, what you hear, what you smell, and what you taste. Any of those five senses are going to trigger your body, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's a good memory, bad memory, whatever it is. Your brain is going to scan through all those memories and find the first time you ever felt that emotion. So think about it. You get triggered and it gets sent to your brain, and your brain is taking you back to the first time you ever felt it. If you guys watched my previous video, it's labeled a time traveling. It's because truly that is what our mind is doing. That is what's keeping us from being in the present moment. And in this present moment is the only moment that you really don't have to worry. You don't have to be anxious. If you learn and start learning to live in this present moment, you'll stop worrying about what tomorrow is going to bring, because we don't know if tomorrow is going to happen. Yesterday is in the past, that is over. So, what is creating your present is what is your reality. So, if you are stuck in fear, stuck in anger, stuck in nervousness, then you are constantly living in the past. And that is why you need to heal. And then I will go next week of why you should even feel your emotions. So, come back for that. Okay, so I'm gonna put the picture here, and we're gonna start with the trigger, where it starts in your body and how your body is communicating to you. So the first, we're gonna start with fear. So if you are timid, if you're dread, if you're paralyzed, scared, you can see here we have anger, we have nervousness, vulnerability, grief, and shame. This is how you're going to be able to see what is your body communicating. Where did the trigger started, right? The trigger started in our body. It's in our mind now. And our body sent a signal to our brain. It was like, hey, it's not safe here. It's time to be resentful. It's time to feel worthless. It's time to be embarrassed. And that's what gets you stuck, is in those moments. And if you're someone that's like, well, I don't even know, like, okay, yeah, I feel resentment, I feel frustrated, I feel depressed, but how do I get it out, right? So that's when you go to the next page, which I'm going to put a picture here, and you're going to see all the ways that your body is communicating to you and what it is. So if you have TMJ, you're probably experiencing fear, and that's why you have so much clench in your jaw. If you have brain fog, if you're having a hard time remembering things, that could be a sign that you have shame. So just different things. So that is the first step you're going to do, is you're going to see what the trigger is and what it is communicating to you. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab the feelings tracker. In the feelings tracker, I have this emotions wheel. So this section, the one where I like break it down into those 6, is going to give you a better understanding of what it actually feels like. Because you might be able to say, yeah, I feel fear, but how does fear feel in my body? Oh, tight hip flexors? Okay, so now I see where the fear is stuck. Next thing you're going to do is you're literally just going to follow these steps. So you're going to do like step number 1, 2, 3, 4, and literally just go through this, because it's already outlined for you, like it's already walking you through. Once you have that, and once you do the emotions wheel and you do the emotions and track them for 7 days, then within those 7 days, that is what your journal is for. So let's take me for an example. Again, best way that I can explain to you guys. My lower back has been hurting so bad. I think part of it has to do with too that I got back into doing more stretching, more yoga, and I just feel like my body is like, what's going on? I got back into yoga, and so I feel like that extra stretching, my body was just like, hello. So for example, I do feel that lower back pain. So if I'm looking at how the body speaks, and I'm gonna look for lower back pain, so you'll see discomfort in the low or mid back, that is associated with fear. And ways that that is showing up is timid. I feel dreadful, which I have been feeling dreadful, of like, I can't do this, I can't do that, kind of just feeling stuck. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to literally follow the steps and be like, okay, so step number 1, look at the emotion and identify it. I've identified it, I know where it's at. I'm going to validate it, and I'm going to say, okay, it's okay to feel this way. Third step is, what sensations am I feeling? What sensations am I feeling when my lower back is hurting? What are the first memories that I get? What is the first visuals? Just sit without it, without judging it, right? And then the fourth step is process and express the emotion, which I told you guys how I do it, using my visualization, but there's different ways you can do it. You can cry, you can journal, you can sing, you can move your body, whatever it is. That is where you get to the point of releasing. And you can do that in your journal. You can do it any way. The reason that I brought the journal into this is because what I want you guys to do is remember that worst day of your life. We're still processing that. I used this analogy in my Spanish video, and it was, if you go to the gym once, you're not gonna get a reaction response. You're not gonna get the benefits, I should say. I don't even know what the word is I'm looking for. But if you go to the gym one time, you're not going to get the progress that you're looking for. If you're wanting to go to the gym, you have to go a year, 2 years, 3 months, 4 months to be able to see change. Same thing works for the emotions, and same thing works for you learning all these things. You're gonna have to do it time after time after time until you can train your body that it's safe and start clearing things from your mind, from your subconscious. So take the worst day of your cycle, and that's where we started this whole series, is what was the worst day of your cycle? And then look at this map. How is your body communicating to you from that day? When you figure out how your body is communicating to you from that day that you felt that, then you're going to do the thing, or you can journal about it, right? There's different options here. Once I know how my body is communicating with me, once I did the releasing, once, like with my visualization, once I journaled, now what? Right? Now what? Now we're going to figure out what is the story that you told yourself because of that action. What is the story that your mind created in your body? I give you guys an example of how, because of my worst day of my life, I was afraid of seeing any type of man in the grocery store. So to me, the story in my head was, any guy that's looking at me any type of way is alarming to me, and therefore I have fear. So what is a story that I can tell myself now to feel safe at a grocery store? Again, I think with being sexually, and it always like gets me, but with being sexually abused, I do feel it takes a lot more deep work than just saying like, what was the story. So again, I'm just going to rephrase it. I don't think I say this enough, but if you are someone that is suffering with sexual abuse or depression or anxiety, and these videos just trigger you, please seek professional help. I'm speaking out of my experience and just speaking from what has worked for me and what has fed my body and what has been able for me to clear my mind even more. So because of that, I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to feel safe. And the best way that you're going to do it is by just being vulnerable and being open to holding that much space for yourself. Once you have whatever story it was that you told yourself, the thing that you're going to be able to do next is you're going to be able to pretty much have surgery on that day. So you're going to ask yourself, what was it that my mind created for me from that day? That men are scary, that men are this, like write a list, right? And then I want you to do like a little line, and then in the next side of it, write the opposite of that. So, for example, men are scary. The other side I can put, not all men are scary. Certain things like that, like to where you could deprogram your mind of what you made it think because of that. Maybe you think it's scary to drive a vehicle, a certain type of vehicle, because you had an accident. What is something that you could tell yourself to not trigger that what it is pretty much PTSD. And with you doing this and with you clearing and with you healing, we're working with that PTSD, which is more psychological. And so that's why I say, like, if you're gonna do this work, like, just be careful. And I've done the tools and I've done what I can to help you, but it's really hard when I can't physically be there and help you. So if this is too much for you, please leave it. I won't get offended. Um, More and reason that I'm putting this information out there is for educational purposes so people can learn what it is that trauma causes, what ripple effect trauma causes in our lives. And I think the more that we start learning and accepting and realizing that we all have trauma, I think the easier that it's going to get for a lot of us to not take things personally and start creating a new lifestyle for ourselves of not living in survival. Because living in survival is stressful, it's a lot. And I promise not living in survival and knowing how to process that trauma is going to be alleviating for yourself. I'm going to leave you guys there. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, giving you guys a quick prayer to guide you on your journey. And thank you for the support for those that have been here. I love you guys. Remember, every single day is a new opportunity to grow. If you guys have any questions, please reach out and take care. I love you guys and see you guys in the next. Bye.